So I just wanted to quickly sync up on the work items and blockers. First item is mine. Share my screen. So I organized the blockers into Get and Omnibus sections, and I just wanted to take your temperature as to like how you're feeling about using Omnibus. So far, I mean, I think we obviously have gaps that we need to address. Biggest one probably is the PG bouncer issue, and whether I think that's a risk because we're not even sure whether it's going to be something the distribution team is going to want to implement, although Ian kind of indicated to me that it shouldn't be a problem. What are your thoughts on Omnibus? Are we continuing down this path for now for Petroni?
Yeah, so far it looks okay. The Omnibus implementation covers most of what we have in our REST space. And as you mentioned, Paolo has implemented the missing bits that we needed, so it shouldn't be hard to get a similar setup to what we have in production or staging. Still, there could be some hidden stuff that we're not aware of. The de facto implementation in Get had this weird block that does a rollback or wall reset when it reconfigures and fails. I'm not really sure why it was included. We don't have such thing in our implementation in Chef, so I didn't use it just to be as close as possible to what we have already. But it made me a little iffy about why it was included. Maybe something we're not very aware of. But so far it's okay. We can continue moving forward and see how it goes in practice.
Cool. What are your predictions for backups? Is that going to be something we can just use with Omnibus, or is there going to be additional config we're going to need for that?
Are we talking about WAL-G backups or? It shouldn't be hard, I guess. As far as I know about WAL-G, it's just a plug and play. It doesn't require a lot of configuration. We do most of our configuration in Chef, but it's just pointing WAL-G to where it should be taking its backup. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, great. 1B is just I wanted to look at what we did for the PG upgrade, how we stopped traffic, some of these things. It looks like a lot of the cases, at least the Ansible plays I reviewed, like it sounded like we were moving the config to the side, making changes, and then reloading Postgres, and then moving it back. So I don't anticipate any issues, but if you think of anything that would have been difficult with the upgrade with Omnibus, it'd be good to kind of like highlight them now. So, we can predict if we're going to have issues later.
I would say just the extra level of indirect configurations that we're going to have with Omnibus, because you have to update GitLab.rb for all the configuration to be fanned out to the actual configuration. You don't have that with Chef. You just update what Chef is updating directly. So there is that. And also, if we're not really aware of what Omnibus is doing, if there could be some hidden logic that does something with something we're not aware of. But overall, this particular migration to BG12, it would have been the same. We're just changing a few things like not using systemd, using the GitLab CTL for reloading and so on, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that like the complications that we had for the upgrade were because we were using Ansible plays in parallel to Chef changes. So the Ansible plays were doing changes that the Chef repo then wanted to reproduce or override. So yeah, I agree with Ahmad. It would have been, I think, pretty much the same.
So because of Chef Zero with Omnibus, like you have control over the Chef run, at least when it runs. So that makes it a little bit better than having the background jobs running. Yeah, okay. Well, Alejandro, are you kind of in the same boat as Ahmad on this? Like,
yeah, I am. I think I don't feel like calling it off the
yeah.
going down the omnibus route. I think I'll rather push forward a little bit more.
Okay, great. Okay, I just put the two issues there for Omnibus. This is for you, Alejandro, whether this is ready to go into the integration branch or you want to wait.
I'm happy to put it in the branch. I tried it locally and it works okay.
Cool. Yeah, I like to start not using public IPs as soon as possible, so that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Item 2 is mine. This is just more config generation with JSONet. This creates all the Ansible and Terraform config for the shards, so we don't have to do that manually anymore. It will also give us the flexibility to add vars per shard in JSONet, which will allow us to like remove some of the duplication we have now and in the future. This is also going to help for secrets because as I started thinking about how we handle multiple shards, I realized we're going to have namespace secrets per shard in each environment. So this is a lot of duplication or a lot of boilerplate, I would say. So I'm going to be able to use JSONet for that as well.
Speaking of secrets, did we agree or reach out how these secrets are going to be laid out? Like, is it going to be like for each secret, like a certificate, for example, is going to be its own secret item in GMS, or is we're going to have like a the whole vault in one secret, similar to what we have right now in GKMS?
Individual secrets. So what I'm thinking right now is that there'll be a list of secrets that will be specified in JSONet. Then when you do make config, it will create the Terraform, the Terraform resource or the Terraform module resource to create all the secrets and bootstrap them or just seed them with dummy values. And then it will also generate the Ansible vars for each of the secrets for each shard. So then once you run the make generate, then you'll have access to a var for each secret. That's how I'm thinking.
Cool. Great. Thanks.
Demo, I can do the multi-shard stuff. Maybe we can do the new Postgres role. I was even thinking it might be cool to start adding maintenance plays, like Ansible plays. Like, for example, you could have an Ansible play to do a failover. That would be kind of cool, like in the list of jobs for each shard. And number 4 is for you, Ahmad. Are we ready? Oh, so go ahead, Alejandro.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not necessarily certain that maintenance tasks would be, because we have the DBOps project, which is its own set of Ansible plays that perform. One of the plays is to perform a failover. So let me add that as a point.
Should we just use that instead? Or I mean, I think the advantage of keeping it in the DB provisioning is that it already has all the inventory and everything, right?
Right. Yeah. Just just that it will be good, relevant to point it out. So yeah,
Cool.
I'm not opposed to put it in there, but we should look into that, because DBOps is already connected with ChatOps, so you can run a failover from Slack. So we should look at least into reusing some of that.
Okay, I'll hold off on that then until we have time.
Okay, so
Cool. And then number 3 for Ahmed.
Yeah, I was working on that yesterday, but got sidetracked with something else. Unfortunately, I'm on call this week, so depending on free time I have from alerts, hopefully I can push the updated stuff to the MR and have it working. There's a good chance that we can be able to demo PG Bouncer as well.
Awesome. Cool, guys. That's all I have. Thanks.
thanks.